What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. We haven't got a name for it yet. Drop a comment below if y'all think of a good name. Um, this is Roberto from Form Driven Media. We're going to do more of a little introduction. The first video is going to introduction to the podcast, and then this is going to be introducing like some info of Roberto
Yeah,
from Form Driven Media, and just let you tell him or tell him about a little bit about your background, and that's kind of going to lace the topics of what we're going to try to help you guys with more information and better you know better help y'all out with anything that's related to the fields we know.
right. Um, for me, the video things has always been a hobby. It's not really something that I've tried to make money out of because I have a pretty decent job, and I kind of feel like if I did this for a job, it would sort of take the enjoyment out of it, if that makes sense. Um, I think Tommy has found a way to do what he likes and make money, but like from my experience, that's not very common. Um,
We'll see, a lot of people say that, but I mean, if you would do it for free, why would you not pay to get to do
that's true. Yeah,
it?
no, I get it. Yeah.
So yeah, because well, a lot of people commented on the last video about the finance stuff,
Hmm.
but we'll kind of get into that. But that's what I just try to tell people, because if you know something really good and you enjoy it, and it's like a learning experience, um, and you're really fine tuning your craft in the field,
For
then
sure.
why would you not like want to try to turn that into something?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing this.
No.
Hopefully, it will be something.
Well, and it's well, I mean, I think we both enjoy like the tech side of it, I guess.
Right. I mean, literally, it's 5:30 p.m. We've been up for 12 hours or more,
Right.
and we went to work and everything else, and here we are doing it after work because, well, like you saying, when you're doing something you like, it doesn't really feel like a job.
Yep. So
Um,
you put extreme hours in it.
right. Where do I guess it really just
So
started with
it would be
with Instagram. Funny enough, back
um
back in the day, Instagram was fun, and it seemed like it was a community and all that kind of stuff. Now it's just turned into this whatever reel or whatever song is popular. Everybody's just doing that over and over, which I mean, it's fine. But it's sort of lost its appeal to me a little bit.
oh,
Anywhere from change when they changed it from the
yeah.
chronological order to whatever they want to show you to now like every other post it's an ad.
Well, yeah, because I think back in the day, Instagram used to be like you could post your picture and you kind of like it's not just about the number of followers, but you could actually meet like new people that
Yeah.
enjoy the same thing, like the same car or
Oh yeah,
whatever. I mean, it could be cameras,
for sure.
like it's just a community. But now it's like it's kind of shut it down where you don't have the expansion because like your pictures are not getting out or to like just a low percentage of your followers.
And a lot of people, they do, they try to like buy followers or likes or anything like that, or even as far as like buying that little check mark. I just don't really care enough about it to kind of go on today.
Yeah.
But like really, that's how the car photography and videography sort of started for me.
Okay.
um I've always liked cameras. Like I remember, like I was like 18 and I went to like Sam's Club and got me like some Olympus camera. It was probably, I don't even know what it was. It was probably not very good, but it had interchangeable lenses, and like I felt like that was the end of all. Um and ever since then, like just trying to up the craft little by little. I started by shooting everything auto. I didn't really know what I was doing. Then eventually went to Sony, APS-C side. Um, that when I did that, like that's when like the video thing really kind of took off for me, I guess, or like when I started really like learning it. A big part of it really is our friend Brennan.
Oh yeah,
Um, he just kind of opened my
he
eyes to
he did.
what it could do. I remember it was an Import Alliance, and he took me to his studio, which is he's got like a really nice studio. He
Oh
does audio stuff and
yeah,
things like
it's
that.
so dope.
And he just sort of showed me the basics, and then from there I was like, okay, I don't know what this is, but like this is what I want to do. And I've always loved movies and film and things like that. And not just like a movie, like I actually like really geek out. Oh, like, oh, that shot, oh, like that composition, or like the color grading and all that kind of stuff. And even now, like a few days ago, like we watched the first Mad, or not the first, like the first of the newer Mad Max with my family.
Okay.
And and like what I was excited about it was like I don't know how they did it. You know what I mean? Like when you don't know how they do it, and like I'm like, okay, like what did I do? Like I think like because everything sort of like really sped up on that movie, and then like I started looking, oh, like they like mess with the shutter. So it's not a normal shutter that you would do on most movies, and that's why it sort of has that look.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, that's kind of like when you see something like a movie, but you see the straight the edit out of Final Cut,
right.
and you're like, I know how to do that.
Yes, yeah. Uh, you know, I don't really do like a lot of like crazy effects. You know, I honestly don't really have a lot of knowledge about the audio side of things. I'm trying to like learn a little bit
Yeah,
here
this is a big step. Like,
for sure.
yeah, it's just like a different level because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, there's a lot of learning to like just the audio side of stuff, which
There is so much.
we've done so much video that like that's pretty simple.
Yeah, I feel like we got that in the pocket or whatever.
Yeah,
Um, you know, some of those guys that like do video, if you look at their layers of audio, they're almost more intricate than the video itself because they got like effects like when like something drops or
yeah,
you know, or like when a door slams or something like that. Um, that's sort of like what I want to start learning next. And you know, this is sort of again
that's
what we
so
were
cool.
talking about last time that we're always just really pushing ourselves to learn more.
Yeah,
Um, I love watching car videos. In particular, car videos are like really cinematic. Like, and I guess that's really what I try to do. But most people don't watch it,
yeah.
sadly. Um,
Well, I mean, that's another part, like like them channel like slowing it down
right, right.
because, like I said, I think everybody would watch it. It's just they want you to pay to get it to push it.
They're just gatekeeping, and sadly, it's just one of those things. It's like the people who made it and kind of got into it early,
Yeah,
their channels have completely blown up. But I feel like if you didn't get like in maybe like that 2007, 2008 sort of timeline
and
when
now
like YouTube was early,
yeah,
it's just it's impossible
to
to
yeah,
to get it to blow up. But I think this might be something that might do that just because of the big push that has come around in the last few years with podcasts, which I've always loved, like podcasts
yeah,
and you know, talking radio and that kind of stuff. I think at the end of the day, storylines are probably the most important things that humans have done, and you know, people have told whole histories just through sitting on a fire and telling
oh
stories,
yeah.
that sort of thing. You know?
Well, yeah, and I think, like I said, we're trying to make ours around knowledge and helping people out. You know, just because there's so much information out there, and it's like you don't know what to buy for your camera, or your car, or you know, or what steps financially you need to take just
For sure.
to make yourself get
Yeah,
better off.
and particularly in the camera world, every single week there's something new. So if you got that itch to get, you know, new gear constantly, like it's gonna be met, and the market definitely knows that there's some
Yeah,
some gear crackheads.
yeah, yeah. I'm more of a guy that you buy your great lenses, and then you know paint a good body, and then just stick with it until like forever.
Yeah, yeah. Um, another thing is like for a while there was just such a big improvement. Like
Yeah,
every half a year there was like a big jump and this and that. Now it's gotten to the point where, I mean, even like an $800 camera, it's so damn good.
yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Because like you were saying, I started off with a Nikon. I want to say it was like 6100 or something.
I don't
And
know. I don't know anything about Nikons.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, definitely different platform. And then I went to the Canon 80.
Hmm.
And still good camera.
Oh yeah,
If you're looking to get like that'd probably be like a real good entry camera.
for sure.
Um, but it just got you like into the Canon program.
Right.
And the good thing about it is like if you bought that like a lens for that, like you can carry that on through like all the years.
Oh yeah. And
Um,
in particular, Canon with the EF mount,
yes.
they like most of my lenses are EF mount, and I don't
Right.
even have a camera,
Yeah.
a Canon camera, just because it's so adaptable. And you know, I've changed so many systems and so many bodies. That's sort of what I wanted to do. Where like, yeah, like if I may change this body here and there, you're not changing everything, you know.
Yeah. Because I mean, I think, like I said, you want to get the top tier lenses, and then you can change out your bodies pretty.
100%. There's a
Uh,
little saying in the camera world that you marry your lenses
yeah.
and you date your bodies. Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, it's definitely proven for me because I went with the ESOR was my next step,
Hmm.
and that was a big move.
That was a huge jump.
Yes, like I think even Roberto talked me into buying it,
Hmm.
and didn't think it would be as big a jump. But I still have that camera today, and it's like awesome still. And then I stepped up to the R5, which at the time they was like saying is having a lot of problems with the R5, but I haven't
You
noticed.
haven't had any issues, yeah. Um, it's just, you know, it really, to me, the camera, honestly, I couldn't care less. I just care about the features and about what you can do with it. I would almost, honestly, I'm kind of like to a point now that I kind of want to have one of each, like a Canon, an Nikon, and Sony, just so that I can test out all these little features and all these little things, because they're all good on their own way,
Yeah,
and
and
they'll have like their own weaknesses.
Roberto buys all the cameras.
Yes. Yes, I do. I'm really, really happy with mine. I got the Panasonic S52, and I really just don't see why we get anything else.
I mean, well, that's good.
Yeah,
You know, because
I'll tell you what my favorite camera right now is this the iPhone 16.
you
I'm
like
so
it.
amazed. Yeah, the 4K 120
Yeah.
on a phone. It's a game changer. And then
Okay.
the fact that it's like waterproof and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and you know, I just took a trip to Costa Rica and I was traveling there, and you know, it's not a rich country, so you don't want to pull out this $3,000 camera like everywhere else. Like people are going, okay, where like if you just pull out your phone,
Yeah.
really nobody thinks about it
Well,
twice.
and I think a lot of video is going that way. Like
I think so.
just because, like, I mean, I used to take the R5 or the ESOR to the races and events, but I mean, it's just so much easier to stick your phone in your pocket and pull it
It
out.
is. Another big thing is that little the Osmo Pocket 3.
Yes.
That thing is
Oh,
incredible. Oh my gosh.
yeah. We've been using it and
Yeah.
testing it in scenarios, and um, they even Anthony had that mount for
Hmm.
it that you stick on the car, and dude, that thing. I mean, it's just
It's like 90% of what you want the big camera to
yeah.
do, and it's this small, and it's super stabilized and everything.
Oh,
So
it yeah, and I mean,
for rollers in particular,
oh yeah,
dude,
yeah,
chef's kiss.
yeah. It's money, especially, and I would say that's like your budget get-in camera that does it all.
So
I mean,
funny how you used to have to get a Sony or a Canon or something like
yeah,
that, and now that or a phone is the entry point. But like the entry point is not a bad point to be
no,
at all.
no, like yeah. I mean, honestly, I think that little camera is like, I mean, it probably is better than the ESOR. Like,
Probably, yeah.
uh, and it's just, I mean, it can fit in your pocket, and it has a gimbal.
Hmm.
Uh, it shoots the reels profile,
Hmm. Hmm.
so you can literally like close the screen and then it shoots out
Yeah,
to
the
you.
vertical
Yes.
video, and then I mean, I've always said that whenever DJI comes out with like a DSLR
Oh,
camera,
yeah.
like that's gonna be like really hard for the other manufacturers to catch up with, because they're all the old systems, like they don't want to give it all to you. They want to hold off a little bit. Where like
Yeah.
you get a new player in the market, and they're just like, here, have it all. You
Right.
do what you want with it. Um, One thing that I really like is that you can transfer the videos from the
Yeah.
camera to the phone. So you could literally have an incredible video put there immediately. Most cameras let you transfer photos, but when it comes to the high quality video, that's still sort of behind.
And it's kind of seamless too.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I was really blown away
Yes,
with the just the fast transfer and everything. Like they really stepped it up on that.
for
So
sure. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it sort of started with Instagram, and it was a big community, and it still kind of is. It's just like it
yeah,
died off
it's just
so much.
yeah. Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing is like you don't get the interaction like you got back in the day, uh, because I mean it's the same thing. Like we we grew pretty fast, and then it just hit a stopping point when they changed the algorithm,
Hmm.
and uh, and then I mean people still like trickle in and ask questions and all that, but it was just you had a better community, and now it's just like you only see the people stuff that's pushed instead of the little guy that's like
Yeah,
doing something cool out of his garage that you want to see.
for sure. I don't even know if it was just in the Subaru world, because that's sort of kind of where we're at that moment.
Right.
And man, it was a great time to be. Like I gotta tell you, it,
Yeah.
it was amazing. Like uh it's just like, and then sort of wrapping it all up, uh I got that 2015 WRX, and that was my starting point. And also, what was cool about that car is that like that was like the first new motor that Subaru had put
Yeah.
into
The
anything
FA
for
platform.
like 20 years.
Yeah.
So there was such a huge push for new stuff. And I mean, I remember when like there were certain websites that would have like maybe 20 things. And
Right.
then you looked at like the next week they'll have 30 things, and the next week they have 40 things, and like
Yeah.
it just kept jumping and jumping and jumping, and it just got to like a crazy level. And so it was cool to like do a video on like a stainless lines on, or like a catback, or like
Right.
like like for me, which I really don't have any mechanical knowledge, I learned it with that car. It was sort of the best thing that could have happened to me, because like I had no idea how to do it. I always wanted to do it, but I was never in a financial situation where I could have done it. um and everybody says that you should start with an old car.
Right. Just start with a brand new one.
Right, I just did it that way. I
Yeah.
don't know, I did it backwards.
Well, they do make it good for like the new cars because like with an older car, everything's going to be like a lot more crudted up and
For sure.
rusty, and if you don't know what you're doing at that point, you could break.
You're changing one thing, and
Yeah,
then you end up having to fix two.
and see on a fresh car, everything's fresh.
Right.
Nothing's like really corroded.
Hmm.
Or, you're not going to break bolts, which actually you break those turbo studs.
Yeah, that was and things like that. Like it was just like a learning experience, and it felt like everybody was learning together,
Right, yeah,
and
yeah,
that was nice.
yeah. And then you've seen the install videos.
Yeah,
We did a lot of those too. And,
yeah.
uh,
Subi Speed. That was the website. Yeah, yeah,
Super Speed.
yeah, yeah.
That was a big one. Uh, yeah, them and Rally Sport Direct.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, Rally Sport Eggs. Like yeah, like those guys, man, they're OGs on that aftermarket world.
Yeah, and um, Subi Speed was making like the all of the LED like lights upgrades.
Hmm.
So like I said, it kind of got you in the like little steps to modifying, and then
And if you were kind of following their steps, it was almost like you were building your car along with them.
yeah,
I don't know. It was kind of cool.
yeah, no, definitely. Uh, and then because I mean that's kind of what started all this.
Yeah.
Like I got a '05 STI.
Yeah, do you want to kind of talk about your little
Yeah.
background?
Yeah, so in 2005, I got an STI, and then we started putting parts on it because that was the thing to do.
Yeah.
And then that was like the first iteration of the Cobb thing. Most people know
The
the
V1,
yes,
the
yeah. You
tiny one.
find a picture of that, put it in the
I will.
video. But yeah, the V1. So that's when that was around, and like it was just well doing what you could do to get the car like to run past like without hitting any cuts or anything,
Yeah,
just because you didn't have the software.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, and it's kind of crazy to see where it's progressed to, and the abilities that we have like in the software or even like full standalones. Um, and then like because back in that day, like you didn't even have like the we had side feed injectors. We didn't even have the top feed injectors,
Oh, wow.
and they wouldn't even like you literally drilled out the bottom of
No way.
yeah, and so you just had to like get the calculations close.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
this like this chart is somewhat where it needs
Yeah.
to be, not exactly.
No, because it wasn't. I mean, like I said, they were, and then I think DeathWorks injectors they started modifying them so it was better flow characteristics and stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's what people would do. They take them out, they just drill, and
that's funny. I didn't
yeah,
know that.
yeah, and it would just be like I said, you would just like get it in the ballpark because it didn't really have flow characteristics because you just drilled out the bottom of the
Yeah,
injector.
no chart.
Yeah,
Just kind of figure out. Oh, seems like it
yeah,
still got fuel somehow. Like,
yeah.
let's add a little bit more.
Ballpark.
Yeah, yeah.
But I pretty much like we did some modifications, and then there was a big programmer. Like I ain't even gonna say his name because it's just.
Yeah.
But real cool dude, real big on YouTube.
Mm.
So I reached out to him and tried to get a program, and he sent me a map, but he didn't send like the TGVs cut off.
Mm.
And then so uh, I ended up buying the open source stuff, and then I just started, messing with it and doing it myself.
Yeah.
And then, well, next thing I knew, I'm going faster than everybody around. They're like, "Wait, do my car, do my car." And then, so there's one point, like, there's 13, 14 cars in our yard in
Yeah.
my house.
Which at that point, the open source stuff probably wasn't that far off from like what Cop was doing.
No,
It was pretty on par, I would think,
Yeah, I would say at the time it was pretty neck and neck until they come out with the real-time tuning,
Mm.
and then that kind of
Was that with the V3 or the V2?
No, they had one in the V2.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
So after they got the real-time tuning, then it just went to the next level with that, and then they started having features like the launch control,
Mm.
two-step, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and then speed density, that was a big one.
Oh, yeah.
too.
Yeah, for sure.
So that helped out a bunch, and then they added their flex fuel. So, like I said, that just kind of drove the possibilities, to endless. And then, but yeah, and then now, like we just do a haul tech, so it's a full standalone that you don't like the sky's the limit. Like
Literally no limitations.
yeah, like stuff that you don't even know is possible until you're like, hey, I need the car to do this, and then you just go plug it in, make the table, and it's like, okay, here it is.
At the same time, it's almost too much power.
Yeah, I mean, it really,
If you wanted to rev to 15,000 RPM,
Yeah.
your motor might not take it, but the Haltech will do it.
yeah, because I mean that's like on these like the 21s with the Haltech, they demand so much like the power steering and stuff like
Mhm.
brings the motor so down so much it
Mm.
throws off the fuel corrections. So you can
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
So you literally made a generic table to like fix that.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So it's just like crazy, and it's like between your power steering and your AC cut on. So now where it dropped it into like 7 and 8 corrections, you can really just modify the table and make a generic table.
Nice.
So if it's power steering or AC related, and it can fix it.
Sick. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like the whole tech thing, which we talked about last time,
Yeah.
it, like yeah, like all these things are cool, but it's the safety that like really
Oh,
sells it for me.
yeah, because that's why we try to tell people in like our package too or whatever.
Mhm,
So it's pretty much to get your base, like the Haltech harness and wideband,
mhm,
get that set up, and then come back after you recoup from that, and then we add the 3 pressure sensors
mhm.
for fuel pressure, coolant pressure, and oil pressure, and then after that it's pretty much like if any in the event if anything happens, like it's going to cut the pedal away from you just quick as it can.
Yeah, yeah. When I think mine was probably one of the first ones you did, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're yeah.
Um, and if anything, it was too safe. Like,
Oh yeah.
I actually had issues where like I would hit boost like a little too hard,
Yeah.
and then it was just like, oh, I didn't like that, so like it wouldn't give me any power, and then I had to turn it on and off. Like, hey Tommy,
Yeah.
give me a little more power.
Right.
So like, I honestly, it's not an issue that I'm complaining about. I would
No.
much rather deal with that than having
Well,
a blown motor.
and it's the first iteration,
Mhm.
so like we gave it to you really conservative,
Yes, for
and
sure.
then after a little bit, then we turned it up.
Yeah.
Well, it was about to go.
Yeah, sadly, and I freaking
Yeah.
deer jump out of him, and whatever. I don't even want to talk about it because that car was so nice.
It really was.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's a pretty good intro
Yeah.
to kind of where we're at, and we're kind of forgetful, so I made a couple notes on the in the phone. One of the comments we got was turbo sizes, and I think that's a really big topic. These days, with all the tech that the turbos have, I feel like you really don't have to compromise as much as you used to.
Well, no, and also with the newer Subaru motors, with them having dual ABCS,
Mm,
that can get them up on power faster.
yes.
And the turbo technology, like it's just like really come around,
Hmm.
and it's just it's crazy because now like a Garrett G35 1050 is like the size of a
It's small.
yeah,
and
it
and
doesn't
you,
even look right.
no, and then you have guys like like big like FD guys that are running that turbo that are pushing either 1,000 horsepower or very close to it, and literally no issue, comes on hard early,
Yeah,
and it keeps spooling all the way to the top. Um,
yeah,
but
and
I think it's more of an issue with like stock location
yeah, but
turbos, not when you go to like a Garrett or a Precision or something like that.
yeah, and I think you had one of the best stock locations.
Oh yeah, I love that turbo.
Like the groom speed,
500,
it
the
was at
ball bearing,
500.
yeah, ball bearing 500, yeah.
Yeah, that I mean it made on 26 pounds of ethanol made 500,
Hmm.
and rock solid top to bottom.
What
Like,
I think you set mine up on 93, around 15 psi, something like that. Super conservative, like
yeah,
beyond conservative, because it was like a little piston rod motor. And I mean, I didn't never went racing people because that's not really what I like. I just like hitting back roads. But whenever somebody did come, like if any V8s or whatever, like never had an issue.
No.
Which is kind of crazy that it did that. And once again, it's just like the speed at which it came on.
Yeah, that's
That
I mean,
there was no lag at all.
yeah, because that's what I think a lot of people like get confused with when like cause the FP turbos.
Hmm.
I just call them lazy.
Yeah, everybody's like, "Oh, FP Black will make
And
500 horsepower."
I mean, it will, but you're not going to enjoy it.
No,
Like,
no. Maybe in a bigger displacement car, I don't
yeah,
know, but
or on a built motor,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can actually like lay off in it,
yeah.
and add time and get
Mhm.
to it. But it just to me, they don't have the come up that like the groom speed and stuff.
I agree.
And then I think there's like a BPC that's been a big wave here lately in the stock location.
Oh, I've not heard of that one.
But it's doing really
Nice.
good numbers too. So, but yeah, I would say if you're looking for 500 or that roundabout, like the growth speed wasn't
Oh
too
yeah.
bad.
And I check. All right, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. um,
You get this camera, good for you. And
right. As soon as we start saying it doesn't overheat, the thing overheated. But we never shoot long format
Yeah.
videos though.
Yeah.
So
So, and also, I don't know if it was overheating or if it was just a time clip.
right.
So,
And that's another thing. Like older cameras had like a 30-minute limit because of some sort of technicality where if it was below that, they weren't considered a video camera. And if they were considered a video camera, there was like some other licenses fees that they had to pay.
yep.
Luckily, all the new cameras are not really having that issue anymore.
No, and then if these things take off, they make a new version of this that has like a built-in fan.
Yes, yeah.
So, or actually, I think you can actually get like some kind of fan thing for it.
Can you? I mean, I
Yeah.
would just do that because this thing is nice, honestly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, or figure something out so that
Yeah.
But guys, like I said, this is just a little background on me and Roberto. So if you, like I said, need any info with your build or anything, drop a comment below, and then we can maybe touch base on what you need info on.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way, like I said, we can help the community, and it's just our way of giving back to, you know,
Yeah.
that, you know, make it all this possible.
Right.
Without any of y'all, like, you know, this doesn't happen.
No. But yeah, guys, just, you know, hit that subscribe button, comment. That's really the main thing that we want to see right now, just what you guys want to know about.
Yeah.
We got a couple things in the chamber, as they say.
Yeah. And also y'all talk in the comments.
Mhm.
Because like I said, we can look at that stuff and give us ideas. And we're not just doing it to like get content, but we also don't want to just make stuff to make stuff. Like, we want to actually help the community, and that way, as you're learning and you need info, it can help you get, you know, your car to where you want to be without wasting any money. And
Mhm.
you know, it's a straight A to B road versus like A, B, C, D. You know,
Mhm.
like and make sure you get the right parts to, like, just, you know, if you're building your car, if your goat is like 500, then you don't need to buy the 1050s. You need to buy like the 1300s.
Mhm.
So, and then maybe in the next video we'll get into that, like trying to like, what your end goal with your car versus what you need to buy, and as far as injectors, turbos, stuff like that, and then move into like built motor stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll probably start like making videos like that just because we know a lot of people, well, we have a lot of Subaru guys.
Mhm.
So we'll probably should do like one for Subaru, breaking down, like, you know, if you want to make 350, we'll do that. If you want to make 500 or 600, and etc. And then we'll try to do one for the GTRs or R35s, and then the Skyline GTRs too, and Toyota Supra.
Whatever chassis
Yeah.
that you want, whatever motor that you want.
Yeah,
Tommy's your guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, and like I said, guys, like, we only offer stuff that we personally own, and so we've like built the program, and that way you're not getting, you know, we're not learning on your dime. We already have the path.
Mhm.
So it makes a big improvement, and it also makes it like, you know, what A to B, because it's, you know, we've done it. We started stock all the way up to, you know, 1,000 wheel or plus.
Yeah. If you want more.
Yeah, yeah. It's just one.
Yeah. You can't take it with you.
Yep. So guys, hit that subscribe, drop a comment. Let's get talking in the comments, and, you know, build this community. I think this is a good thing for the community, and like I said, and we got Dodge guys, we got I mean, we got resources. So
Right.
yeah.
Oh, and that's another thing we want to do. We want to have like guests, like guys that know a certain platform really well.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Tommy knows a little bit about everything, but obviously, if it, like you said, if he hasn't had that one chassis, he's not an expert at it.
Yeah. And that's what we only try to buy the cars that we're interested in, so we can, you know, push the platform, and it's something that, you know, we can really be, you know, grow as a community together.
Sure.
That way, you know, because if we're not interested in the cars, like, it's not going to be as fun.
Right.
Or, you know, and it's fun to build cars with people that are into the
Yeah,
cars.
same mindset.
Yeah. And I mean, that's nothing else to other cars. It's just like, I like pretty much everything, but really, what I really like is, well, at the time it was 90s JDM.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that these days. With all the EPA stuff, all the tech, all the nannies that sort of take away from the experience. It was just such a nice place where there was technology, but there was also a lot of aftermarket support, and between all that, it just took off.
Right.
But anyways, guys, second podcast. PK podcast for the time being. Let us know what it should be named.
Yeah. It's like the hangout or something.
Yeah. Anyways, peace.
Yep. Take it easy.